Hey everybody, welcome back to more Super Mario Bros. 3. In the last episode, we went through Iced Land, and in this episode, we're going to move on to Pipe Maze, or if you're from North America like me, Pipe Land. This is actually legitimately one of the coolest aesthetics for a world, and I'm so surprised it has never really been used in any future Mario games. Like, no, I guess because you can't really do much with the concept of just pipes everywhere, but like, I feel like Nintendo could pull it off where they make a world like this again. Because they've used, like, Mario 3 started the whole thing of like Mario going through a grassland, a desert world, an ice world, a volcano world. But for some reason, this aesthetic has never been used in any subsequent Mario game. It's always been replaced by the mountainside type world. Which, I won't argue that the mountainside is inherently worse than Pipe Maze, and in some respects it's actually much better because, I mean, mountainside also happens to be one of my other favorite aesthetics for a Mario world. But I kind of wish they would bring the pipe aesthetic back. But anyway, the reason this is called Pipe Maze is because there's a bunch of pipes everywhere that take you to different places on the map. Like you can see here, this one takes you to somewhere completely different, like get a Toad House here. So, I mean, I guess it could be considered a maze, but you'll never really get lost here. General rule of thumb, if there's a pipe being blocked by a level, that's where you want to go, and that will lead you forward. And what are you talking about, Pipe Maze? This is a desert level. But actually, this has to do with going in and out of pipes. So, I'll cut it some slack for now. Now, cool gimmick of this level is that's a raccoon leaf, so I don't want to get that. But this level, as you can see here, has two layers because there's water and there's upper land. And unlike those other aesthetic levels, this is completely separated. Kind of like how 3.9 separated things, because 3.9 also had like an upper layer of complete land and a lower layer of complete water. If you don't remember what 3.9 was, it's the level where we got the frog suit. I always love the coloring of the orange pipes. Seemed really nice. Biddy biddy biddy. Alright, and this level is really interesting because World 7 has two of these levels. This is the first one. There's going to be these question mark blocks with Starmen inside of them. However, they will only spawn Starmen if you happen to already have a Starman activated while you hit the block. So if I ran out there, it would just give me a coin. But since since I still hit it while I was still invincible, I got the Starman. And this is actually really helpful because Lakitu here is throwing Spinies at you. But you can pretty much ignore him for the entire level, as you saw there, because I was pretty much invincible the entire time. I actually just found this out a couple days ago, that the Starman theme, you know, the it's actually based off of an old Japanese 70s song that was in Koji Kondo's mind while he was composing music for the original Super Mario Bros., which I'll play a little snippet of it here. Ultimately, such a great song. I like it a lot. And no, not just because it was the Mario Star theme. Not entirely, anyway. But, I mean, come on, it's so cool. And it really goes to show that that video game music could be so much more than what people think it is. Oh shoot, actually I think we're supposed to use one of the paratroopers. Or not. There we go. We're just supposed to P jump up there. And, oh, no, we actually need to hit these. Dang it. This level is actually really interesting because it's kind of like a puzzly oriented level because you have to make sure you hit the blocks to make bridges before you go into certain areas. Like here, you can't really just jump over there. You kind of just have to go hit the blocks, then go through a pipe, and then loop around to actually get to the end of the level, which is actually an interesting idea. I wish they did more levels like this in Pipe Maze. Would have made it more of an actual pipe maze. Oh, shoot. Stupid Bob-omb. Uh-oh! A pipe world! I'm going down the drain!
Uh-oh! A pipe world! I'm going down the drain! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Boom. And here's another water stage. Now this water level is one of the hardest in the game, so you want to be careful with this. It's an auto-scrolling water stage, which is already bad. But there's going to be tons of enemies moving in from every which way. Dang it, I died. But yeah, auto-scrolling water stage. You really don't see this often. I think the only other example of an auto-scrolling water stage that I can think of is in the very beginning of New Super Mario Bros. Wii in World 1. And in that one Unagi stage in New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. And even then, I think that's just in the ending section, not really in the actual whole stage. You see Boss Bass there, but don't worry because it's not like an out-of-water Boss Bass. It won't actually eat you in one bite. Instead, it swims around. It swims left and right in a set pattern, and every so often it'll shoot out a normal-sized Cheep Cheep as a projectile. It's kind of like a boomerang-esque projectile, though, so it won't actually like reach the end of the screen or anything. Yeah, there you go. I always remember this music from that one episode of the Mario 3 cartoon where he gets scared of swimming because he was in a frog suit, but he got turned to stone. So he gets afraid of swimming, and then there's just this one mermaid fish that wants to marry him throughout the entire episode for some reason. And there's the end to that level. I only died once. Nice. Be-do-be-do-be-do. Come on. And here we go, our first fortress. That piranha plant is completely optional. I'm not going to do it just because we're going to see 2 more of those stages later on. So it's not really all too imperative that we see that level. Now, let's see here. This is another one of the levels where you want to... Oh, shit, I think I went the wrong way, yeah. Dang it. I like how... It's something consistent about World 7 is that all of the levels are pretty much kind of maze-like, which I find really interesting. But yeah, this is another one of those levels that gives you a Tanuki suit, but this one's mandatory because if you don't come in here with a raccoon leaf, then you need to get this power up, otherwise you can't win. Oh shoot, I almost went to the lava. Alright, so what you want to do is run here. Don't worry for the stretch enemies. They won't actually hurt you if you're walking under them. And fly up here. And that's the only way to get to the end of the stage. It really makes you wonder how kids back in the day actually figured this stuff out. But this game was actually one of the first Nintendo games to get a full-blown strategy guide. There was the Game Atlas for just general NES games, and then Nintendo Power featured like certain guide sections for certain games. But Super Mario Bros. 3 set a standard for Nintendo games having their own featured little... Oh, this level is really interesting because it wraps horizontally, which I think is a pretty cool aesthetic. But anyway, yeah, this one of the first games that kind of like started the whole thing of game-specific strategy guides, which it wasn't really used much for the NES because this is one of the last games that Nintendo published here in America. But it became a big thing during the Super Nintendo era, and I gotta say, I really like collecting those strategy guides, like specifically made by Nintendo Power. Like, I have a bunch of the Prima strategy guides, which are also really cool, and I like them a lot, but nothing beats the Nintendo Power original strategy guides. Those are super cool because, yeah, they're made to like help you through the game that you bought it for. Like, for example, like there's the Final Fantasy VI strategy guide. There's the Mario Mania, which is kind of like a pseudo celebration of Mario, but also like Mario World strategy guide. But I never really bought those because I needed help with the game, because more likely than not, I already beaten the game before I got the strategy guides. But let's see, can I make it up here? No, I need to go down there. Let's see. Okay, I had a bit of a jump cut there. I had to go do something real quick. I was gone for quite a while, so I don't remember what I was talking about. So I guess we'll just move on to the next stage. I was talking about strategy guides, right? So yeah, this game kind of set the standard that Nintendo had game-specific strategy guides. And I really like that because I never really bought strategy guides because I needed help with the game. More often than not, I bought the strategy guides to games that I've already beaten before. But I always thought it was just so interesting because they not only like tell you how to progress through the game, but they had like little like lore tidbits or just like little illustrations or promotional art on them that was really cool because it was just art of these characters done by Nintendo that is not really normally seen anywhere else unless you specifically look for it. And especially for stuff like the Earthbound strategy guide that came with the game that had like these newspaper clippings of the areas in the game, which was really cool. I really love when Nintendo used to make their own strategy guides like that. I know nowadays they make them online, but like it's not the same as holding like a physical book of a game, because when you love a game as much as I do with a lot of these games, you really want to know everything about them, like their development history, their whatever, what have you. Oh shoot, I kind of messed this up really badly. Dang it. Will I be able to make it? Oh, okay, good, nice. This is another one of those levels where you're basically just going to be invincible the entire time. This is like literally a Kaizo level. Like, I mean, come on. But yeah, you're invincible the entire time there. It's really easy though, as long as you keep getting the stars. I mean, has no choice but to be easy. Like I said, you're invincible the entire time. Oh, now this level has a very awkward jump that I really am not looking forward to, and it's this one right here. Because the red one comes out, then the green one comes out, and it's kind of hard to time. I hesitated. It would have been a good jump, but I hesitated. Dang it. But yeah. I really like when Nintendo did those strategy guides. They were really nice, and they were like really good additions to the game. And I always like doing later playthroughs of the game with the strategy guides in hand, just because I get to see everything that's supposed to be in the game, all the hidden stuff, and just like little interesting fun facts that I didn't know about the game because I didn't play it with the strategy guide, which is really cool. It's one of my other like favorite pieces about gaming. That's coming from someone who hates reading in general. I do not like reading, but for somehow... Oh, shoot. I forgot how to get through this exactly. Go through here, go over here, and avoid everything. Nice. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo. And here we head on to level 9, which is another maze-like level. This time you're in a bunch of like square areas. And you go up and over and under to avoid. Now, I know there's a glitch you can pull off to get through these things if you duck jump here. I've never been able to pull that glitch off. I've seen tons of videos of people doing it, but I've never been able to replicate it. I don't know if I have to be at top speed or not, or if I'm just jumping a certain way that I'm not doing good in like recreating it with gameplay. I don't know. I've just never been able to do that glitch, but it's fine. I want to play through the level proper anyway, so yeah. This is actually kind of like a legitimate maze, because even though I've played this game many times, I can never seem to remember exactly how to get through this level. For some reason this has the athletic theme, even though this is not like a sky-based level. This is just like a normal ground level. You'd think it had the traditional do 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 ba-dum bum. But hey, I like the athletic theme better anyway, so not much of a loss. You got a mushroom card. And here we have the fortress level. Now, this is one of the harder fortress levels in the game! Oof. Dang it. Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Ah, Flipnote. Even though that's recent because it's on YouTube Shorts, but oh shit! Oof. I miss Flipnote when I was young. I was like 5. Crap! I can't even make a jump. Jeez. Death counter is going really high now. I'm gonna commit to having a death counter. I don't know if it's in the tens digit or not. It probably is now that I wouldn't doubt it if it's in the tens digit. I'm gonna estimate that it's at 17. Don't know if it's gonna be more or less, but my rough estimate right now is gonna be 17. And I'm sticking with that. Okay. Now these ones are really scary because you have to bait and switch with the thwomp, but you also don't want to jump into lava by accident. And here we go. Ooh! Now you want to duck under there, but you want to also avoid the roto disc. There you go. Now they add a new layer onto this. You want to make sure you get the thwomp to go down, then duck, then dodge the roto disc. And here's Boom Boom again. Now, it's kind of jerkish to start off with a block right above Boom Boom, but I got him anyway, so it's fine. Boom! It's kind of funny because starting this recording session, I'm doing this all in one sitting because Mario 3 does not have a save feature, so I kind of had to. My laptop was at like 10% of charge, and now recording through that entire series, it is now, and yeah, you can see those levels are super short, so they're not really worth showing. It is now at 100% charge. I know all I'm doing is recording, God forbid, an NES game, but yeah. It's kind of funny that it's at full charge, even though I've been using it the entire time. Now, here comes the hardest airship in the entire game. And also the longest airship. If I die here, this is really going to drive up the timer here. I guess, well, I don't really know how to edit in a timer right now, so. I'll try my best. I'll put on a fail O clock. I'll try my best. If you see it in the corner right now, that means I found out how to do it. But if not, then I didn't. And yeah, you could just look at the video time, I guess. This is such a long stage that each death, I haven't been doing this for the past few levels, but I will for this one just because it's such a long stage and I fully intend to die here quite a bit of times. I'm gonna cut ahead to where I was, where I died previously, because I don't want you guys to sit through the entirety of the airship, which, like I said, is a really long stage, so. Yeah. Now, this section that I've been talking over is not really that difficult. It's the section coming up that starts to get really hard. So here we see... Now, this is a cool aesthetic because these are all like separate airships. Now, you want to be careful! I really wish I had an anchor to my name right now. Okay, I think I'm about to where I was. Now, what I was saying is that you want to be careful with these things, those platforms in particular, because that's what makes this stage so hard. Because you have to, like, turn these things over to the next platform, but if you don't press the jump quick enough, it will actually not register, and you will just straight up fall through the floor and die. So that's what makes this stage really nerve-wracking, and it's at the very end of the stage too. So that only took 2 tries, so I'm not too hurt about it, but yeah. Oh, also here's Ludwig. Now Ludwig, pretty much the same as Roy. He will freeze you anytime he lands, so jump every time he lands. Oh shoot! No! Oh crap! No! I have to do the stage again. We are back here. Okay. There hasn't been any deaths between... Oh, shoot! Oh, come on. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me again. Yes! Okay, good. Jeez. Okay, that is really nerve-wracking. There hasn't been any deaths between now and the cutaways. So, the death counter should be consistent. If not, it'll be updated. But, yeah. Woo! That is the end of World 7. I'm 30 minutes into recording this, so... yeah, maybe I'll split this video up into 2 parts. And a different letter. Yo, I kidnapped the princess while you were running around. She's here in my castle if you dare try to rescue her. Ha ha ha, King of the Koopa. Next time, we're going to go on to the final world. See you guys then.